Guys, good morning. Happy Friday, everyone. It is video number 50, boys. What are we talking about today? We got a lot to cover. Guys, there is a lot of interesting stuff going on in the hobby right now. Some PSA drama, news of a Rayquaza set, and let's talk about what we're seeing at shows. I love doing that. Let's get started with the video. And guys, before we get started, today's video number 50. Wow, oh my God, we are on video number 50. This is insane. Honestly, from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys for being here until the 50th video. We're getting close to our goal. We are, somewhere getting close to 500 subscribers. We want to get to 1,000, never in my wildest dreams, and I think that we'd be almost halfway to our goal within, just 50 videos. It's been what, 6 months now since we started this YouTube journey. Things have been great. I've been enjoying it. I've been loving it. Seriously, I can't thank you guys enough. I really appreciate it. But before we move on to the topics, what do I want you to do? If you liked the video, help me out. Like the video, enter the giveaway. The giveaway is for a 3-pack blister of Silver Tempest. Guys, I keep it going until the 50th video. I know today's the 50th, but I'm gonna give you till the 51st just because I'm gonna record 2 back-to-back today. I'm gonna give you guys this video right here. This is the last video to comment. All right, I'm gonna give you until Tuesday when the next one drops. So this one's gonna drop on Friday, which is what, today's like the 23rd, 24th, 25th, like the 26th, all right? So this video is dropping on Friday the 26th. You have until Tuesday, which is what is that? So the Friday's the 26th, 27th Saturday, 28th Sunday, 29th Monday. You have until the 30th of June to enter the giveaway. Once the video drops on the 30th of June, you know what's gonna happen. Giveaway's over. We're gonna pick a winner. DM me on Instagram and I will send you the 3-pack blister of Silver Tempest. Guys, thank you so much. Good luck in the giveaway. How do you enter? All you gotta do, comment on a video between video 41 and 50. Let's get started with the topics. All right, boys, so lots going on in the hobby. We're gonna cover a decent amount of stuff today. What I really wanna get started by talking about is one of my good friends had a big problem with a very expensive Pokemon card and PSA. I know, what's new? PSA drama, oh my God, so much is changing. PSA more drama again. No, guys, the reason why this is important is because the measures that he went through before the card actually got to PSA is really important. And listen, it's not over yet. He hasn't been compensated for damages, but I'm gonna tell you a little bit about the story and what happened, and then we're gonna go into why I think it's important about some of the measures that he took and why I think you guys should do this for certain cards when you're grading, okay? So let's get started. What was the card? 2009 Arceus Design Contest. Listen, the pops are low. There's probably under 20 of these copies that are graded. What happened? My buddy Mike, Brooklyn Collects, he went out, he sourced this card, he submitted it for grading, and he sent it, and honestly, you can see the videos. It was near mint, it's perfect, there's nothing wrong with it. Listen, do you expect a 10? No, but an 8, 9 is nice, even for a low pop card, is still somewhere where you want to be, right? So what steps did he take before it got to PSA? He took pictures of it and videos of it, and he had it all documented. The next really important step that he did before it got to PSA was he actually dropped it off at the Jersey City location. Here in New Jersey, you can drop off some, your cards to PSA and they'll send it out, and it's on them. It eliminates the liability of, can my cards make it to PSA safely? A lot of times cards, when you send it to PSA, it goes all the way to California. So, for some of us folk, you guys know I'm here in New Jersey. That's across the United States. So if we can drop it off and give them the liability of getting it from, this side of the country to the other side of the country, great deal. That's what we like to see. So what happens that makes this very significant that he did right? So what he did right was these steps. You're taking the videos, taking pictures, and dropping it off. When he got the card back and it was finally graded, he received a PSA 3. And the card was near mint. Now, why is that a problem? Because that proves that PSA probably did something to the card. You can say, oh, this happened during shipping. Well, he didn't ship it. Oh, you probably did it before you got it there. Well, he showed videos of it and he dropped it off in the packaging, and it was I know my friend's an experienced grader, so what happened? Graded it, and he brought it over to them. When it came back, it was damaged. That's a problem, guys. So why is this significant? Because when a card is damaged that is this expensive, who's liable? Is it PSA? Is it yourself? If you take the measures and the steps to where it's protected and you're taking care of it to get it there safely and then it comes back damaged, there's only one way this could have happened. A grader probably damaged it. This is a card that, like I said, is pop 20 or lower, something graded. It's not a card that's gonna be swapped. They don't have these sitting around. Not that, they really swap things in general, but it's something you can be suspect of, right? So in this scenario, it's not something I can say can be swapped. The grader damaged it and it's pretty obvious. Now, I spoke to my buddy. PSA is reviewing his case. They're going through, they're doing an internal investigation, which is great for him and a dub. But this is really important, and I'm going to make a recommendation to you guys. If you're ever subbing a big card, and you're subbing this card alone or 2 cards, or if they're somewhere in the category where they're even worth more than $1,000, $2,000, maybe $5,000, drop them off. And it's really important because there's so much that can happen during the shipping period to where PSA can say like, nah, it's on you. Like you could have, it's easy to drop the negligence on the customer, right? And that's what PSA is going to do. They're a big company. They're not a Walmart or an Amazon where they care about their customers coming back. They're more or less, they flex on us. And when they grade a card, they create monetary value that goes into the economy. Think about it. They grade a card that's raw and they, 5x, 10x the price. Somebody pays for that. That's more money that goes in, that's put into the Pokemon market. So they're officially and significantly increasing the market cap, if you will, by grading cards and giving them a high value. So that's important that you take care of the steps and the proper necessary steps where you get the cards to PSA if they're very expensive. Listen, bulk subs, I tell people all the time, send it and just pray. If it gets there, great. It's really hard to prove that you had cards in this box that are worth X amount. If you send them out, that's why I truly don't really believe too much in insurance if you just cover it through USPS, because I don't think their insurance is going to cover it. That's a whole different topic. That's like a little sub scam that I think that they do. But there is a private insurance. My buddy pays a lot of money per year to get a private insurance. And listen, I understand that's something that might be valuable, but I just don't sub enough collectibles to where I feel that that's something that's valuable to me. So my recommendation here, if you're subbing bulk cards, just send it and pray. But if you're subbing cards that are expensive, $1,000, $2,000, $5,000, $10,000, drop them off, take videos, do your due diligence, guys. I think my buddy's gonna win the case here. I'll give you guys an update as it goes, but sad story. Things happen all the time. More PSA drama. Tell me what you guys think in the comments. All right, guys, next topic here. What do we wanna discuss? I want to talk a little bit about what I'm seeing at card shows and, what is, like, I talk about what sells and what moves, but one thing that's really kind of been occurring to me lately that I wanted to dive into with you guys is, hey, we're losing collectors at these shows. There aren't, and I'm saying collectors for higher end slabs. It feels like the notion today is just a lot of vendor to vendor deals. We got a lot of shill bidding going on where there's a lot of fake bids and canceled auctions, and these auction houses are keeping stuff from us, if you will, on the topic of how do we know that was paid for? How do we know what that was worth? So what this is rounding me into noticing is that raw cards are flying. And that's because the collectors are coming to buy raw cards because it has a different status of person that is buying a raw card because they probably care about Pokemon, not just the money. So as a vendor, what I'm seeing at these shows is that, listen, are there repackers coming around and buying at 90%, 100%? And I was talking to my buddy yesterday, and it feels like any card that we sell, if it goes to any vendor, it ends up in a repacker some way, somehow, some shape, some form. Because you sell to this guy, maybe they think they won on it, and they ended up losing on it, and then they're like, screw it, I'll just give it to the repacker. I've done that. I've traded with a vendor, and then I realized that I made a bad deal, so repacker comes up, I'll give you 90% for that 3K card. Take it. I want to get out of it. Give me my money. I'll go buy something else and try to hit. That's how it really goes. But that's my purpose here. The collectors are after the raw cards. The slabs, the people aren't, it's just too expensive right now. Collectors aren't just coming up anymore and dropping $5,000 on a slab because they feel like getting it, because they think it's gonna go up in the future. Like, it feels like we're in the future. Things are going up, it's the future. And that's the problem of right now at these shows, is that what we're noticing is the collector is shrinking, and they want to see the binders at shows. They want to see the raw cards at shows. They want to buy the seal that they can open with their kids that are, smaller end product. They don't want to see a $5,000 booster box. And don't get me wrong, there are some. I'm not generalizing that. But what I'm talking about is shows with the smaller vendors like myself, and not just the high-end vendors that Collecticon. Collecticon's a whole nother world. I'm not even referring to Collecticon. I'm talking about local shows because I vend them all the time. And I'm giving you my experience, and I'm just stating facts of what I see. I tend to stock everything. I don't bring a small inventory. I bring big cards, I bring little cards, I bring sealed that's high end, and I bring low end sealed. I bring a little bit of everybody, and I stock binders. So I'm telling you what I'm seeing. Modern flies. It really just flies. And I've kind of said that in my last video, but at the card shows, what I want you guys to know is that the collector is kind of shrinking a little bit. The market's getting so crazy that you're feeling like, hey, all they want to do is buy raw cards. They're not spending the money on slabs anymore. Slabs do sell, but it's mostly the vendors that flip it off to repackers, and I'm just telling you that is something that I'm seeing. So yeah, guys, take that with a grain of salt, take it for what it is. I'm telling you my experience at the shows. I want to talk about it, come on here and have a discussion so that if you're an aspiring vendor and, you know, keep in mind that this is what I'm seeing. And, you know, I've been vending for a long time. I consider myself a veteran vendor, if you will. I'm not one of those new vendors that just did it because I do love Pokemon cards. As you can see, you know, I do love my collection here. We are waiting on a big collection update. It'll be coming soon, and I'll tell you guys about that. Guys, thanks so much for the time, and that is today's video. Guys, where are we this weekend? This video is coming out on Friday. Guess what's happening Saturday? We're gonna be at the North Jersey Card Show in Wayne, New Jersey. Come on down. My whole crew's gonna be there. You know our crew by now. It's gonna be a good time. We're all gonna be stocked up, have stuff for everybody, collectors, repackers, whoever wants to buy stuff, come on down and have a good time with us. We'll be in Wayne, New Jersey. Looking forward to see you guys. There should be a graphic here. This is usually where it is. There's a graphic right here of where the show is. So come on down, come check us out, come say what's up. Cooler weather this Saturday in New Jersey. Shouldn't be too hot in that room. If you've been to the Wayne Pal, sometimes it's way too hot. So yeah, guys, thanks so much for your time. I really appreciate you guys hanging out. Enter the giveaway. And before we go, if you liked the video, help me out. Like the video, guys. Just do me that favor. Like and subscribe. Drop a comment. I'll enter you into the giveaway 3-pack blister of Silver Tempest. You have till the video after this one comes out on Tuesday to actually enter. You know, like I said, I'm going to record these back to back. There'll be a video right after this one. You'll hear about the giveaway winner a week from today's video when it comes out on Friday. The date's gonna be what? Early July 3rd, I think it is. We'll find out about the giveaway winner. Guys, thanks so much for your time. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Nikki Cards, out.